Hey there, Soul Shines, it's Michelle here, and it's a creative expressions video where we talk about life updates and things I'm working on, finished objects. Oh, I do have one right there I'll have to grab. It's kind of finished. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Anyway, I am Michelle, and this is So Magical Michelle Creates, and I would like to invite you to hook that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave some yarn in the comments. Oh yeah, I always put in chapter links, and if there's a pattern to something, I will link it down below. Things like that. So, let's talk about my kind of finished object. Let me grab it. Okay, so I blocked it, and so now it kind of goes straight across there, right? I have not tied in the ends. I will tie this one in probably before I do much else, but then it goes like this. Now here's my problem with it, and why I'm thinking I don't really know if it's done, because if I put it around me, it comes to like my elbows, and I'm like, I mean, I guess that's okay if I want to just cover my things. I have it on backwards, guys. I have the pearl side out. I mean, it's okay. I just like mine bigger. So that's the real things. I prefer them longer. And so I'm thinking of undoing this bottom part and going, because I have some more of this yarn still, and doing basically keep going until I run out or something. I don't know, like, I mean, it's okay, it just feels a little small. I do have to say though, if I don't know that I would make this again, because it is a little weird. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn off my thing. Huh? It was a subscriber, guys. I got a message from my subscriber. I don't know. I don't love the way that they did this center section. I would have done it very differently. It's not wrong. Oh, here it is. It's not how I would have liked to have done it. Blocking it was hard because like this definitely could have stretched out more, but then it was like causing problems with the things. So now like if I hold it, I have some weird, like one end over here went longer. It's okay. It's not the problem is size. I think maybe if it would have been done with bigger, with a bigger needle, it might have actually worked out perfectly. I don't know. So I'm still deciding. I may just like end it off and just be like, well, it's done. It's a little bit shorter, very summery kind of thing to grab in a summer going out kind of thing. So maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it for my finished objects. Let's talk about works in progress. I'm going to link a pattern. I'm going to link a pattern that I am not following, just in case you want to try it. I didn't like how it worked out for the yarn I'm using or things I'm using. It is a crochet pattern. This one's knit, by the way. This is what I have done instead. So I didn't bring it in with me, but I changed how this was done. I changed how many rounds it was so that my head is smaller. It's still got there's a ridge right here of back loop single crochets, so that you get a ridge that later I will come in and attach yarn there to make it little hair things. So I also am doing the hind legs differently. I need to block them so they don't twirl like that, but I wanted him to be so that he could be in any size book and his legs wasn't going to be a problem. Because the way the pattern was, I was like, well, you can only have a book so long, or you've got his fat legs sticking out, because they did 3-dimensional legs. And so I was like, so I just did a quick little difference here, and I did some single crochet or half double crochets, single crochets. This section I did half double, they did double. This is single crochets, and then I did 2 brown single crochets, and then I chained 3, did a double crochet, a single crochet, a single crochet, a double crochet, and then I chained 3 and attached it at the bottom to make the hook shape or hoof shape. But I will follow kind of the guidance, maybe not the exact size, but kind of the idea they had for the front legs. So I took, in essence, the pattern and just made some changes to make it my own. So that I'm making these bookmarks. I've taken a lot of notes so that I can just make a bunch when I finally get this one done. So yeah, there's that. And other things I'm working on. Okay, I didn't bring my sweater in. I got my most recent decrease row. I think I need to knit 6 more rounds before I do another decrease row. And I think after I do my next decrease row, that's where I'm switching to blue. So I'll have to start paying attention to the color work pattern and figure that out. Or to the darker blue, I should say. Because it's the lighter blue and a darker blue. I'm excited to get the sleeves done. And then I didn't bring in the mosaic because I'm really struggling. I don't even think I've picked it up since last time I recorded. It's just such a pain to pull out and then to only work 2 rows and put it away. I'm just like, so I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Socks, I didn't make a lot of progress, but I did take them with me and work on them in the dark. I love that I can knit like in the dark, because that's not something I ever could do with crochet. But I got the sock toes up that far. Really fun, because my daughter had her concert last night, and the lady behind me was talking to me, and her 11-year-old son has taken up knitting, started last summer, and he has knit slippers for all his sisters, and it was really fun. I got to talk to him for a minute and hopefully encourage him. I'm so proud of him. I told him that my older son, who's 32, started knitting and stuff, because I want this young boy to know it is so cool and so okay for him to be a knitter. I wish that I would have had the video I've seen recently of a knit group that was all guys. Like, there was probably 10 to 15 guys in this room knitting, and I was like, yes, we need more of this. It's not a men's or a women's thing. In fact, traditionally it was men. It's just a thing that if you want to do it, you should get to do it. I know women that do amazing woodworking. I know women that do some very masculine oriented things. More power to them. And I love to see that this young boy is knitting. So that was fun. And then the person in front of me, he made comments about my knitting, which was fun. Because sometimes I've gone there and people have just completely ignored the fact that I was knitting. But I had the person behind me talking to me about it, the person in front of me talking about it, and then the lady that was to the left of me, she was talking to me about it. And she was like, you're doing 2 at a time? I never could figure out how to do that. And I was like, well, when you finish one sock, do you finish the other? And she said, yes. And I'm like, then you're good. You don't need to do 2 at a time. I'm like, I'm afraid that if I didn't do them both at the same time, I wouldn't finish. She also had a brace on her wrist and was going to be going to the doctor and hopefully getting that off so she could do knitting again. I felt bad. That's so sad that she doesn't get to knit right now because, you know, getting older and hands don't always work the way we want them. But it was really fun to get to talk about knitting while I was knitting my socks last night. I can't remember if there's anything else besides what's in my backpack right here to talk about. Oh, yes, there is. I do not have it with me because I'm kind of waiting to reveal it. I finished the pumpkin pie hat. I knit the pie hat. There's some crochet on it. I'll talk about it when I do the video. I'm in the process of coming up with coordinating something with Lori, the armchair chef, so that we can do this. Hey guys, it is March. Pie Day is just around the corner. We have a week and a half until Pie Day. Have you made your things? Have you made your pies? It doesn't have to be a hat. It could be any kind of pie. My next thing I'm doing is I'm combining things we're making Thursday with Pie Day. And then I'm going to combine things we're making Thursday with something else. I'll talk about that in a second. So, Pie Day, for Lori and I are doing a collaboration where we're encouraging you, I guess it's crochet month or something like that. Which is why this is extra perfect, because I did knitting and finished that on March 1st. And here we are. I'm getting ready. No, I finished it yesterday. March 3rd. Anyway, but I finished it really early in March. And now I'm going to be crocheting a pie coaster. So things we're making Thursday has encouraged us to do design your own coaster or mug rug. And so I was like, pie coaster. I got yarn. I could make pumpkin pie coasters. I could probably find some red yarn and make some cherry pie coasters. And so I'm going to come up with some coasters to make and design coasters. And so depending on how that goes, I might be able to put it out as a tutorial or a pattern or something, but no promises, because life is life and we don't know how it's going to turn out. And there's a lot going on. Lots going on. But I'm excited. Pies, 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 pies. Be sure to be making your pies, and you can turn your pictures into Lori. You can turn your pictures into me. You could probably turn them into both of us. I don't know exactly how we're doing it, but I'm so excited. Pie, pie, pie. Pie Day 3.14159 la 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 la. Words. Yeah, lots of numbers, but I'm excited for it. Okay, so that is things we're making Thursday mixed with Lori and I's collab. Why do you go off? Do you have an issue with being on? Silliness. And then things we're making Thursday. Again, I said we're doing coasters. Well, I'm going to put up here let me scoot over a little bit so you can see it. The Butterfly of the Month from Judy's Creation and Crochet. In crochet, not am crochet. She has put this butterfly up. There's a lot of different colors you can choose from, and I happen to have been given this blue yarn, which I think, let me hold it over here, matches in there. Maybe even this one might match in there. I'm not sure if this one doesn't match, then this one that's kind of a bluer green probably does. And so I have some coaster ideas in my head that I want to design for the Butterfly of the Month as well. So I will link Judy's announcement video down below so you guys can go see if you want to do the butterfly and find all the details about that. All right, moving on. Cows. Let's talk about tithing projects. And along with that, I'm going to say this first so I don't forget. Lori the Armchair Chef put out a video referencing Glenda. Grandma is in her name, her channel name. I don't remember the channel name, sorry. Sometimes those details just go. Soap sacks. They are, use cotton. According to the website, you could use cotton bamboo. I don't know if about cotton with a little bit of polyester in it. I think that would probably mostly be okay, because I do have some of that. But I also, like I said, I've got this stuff. So I might use that, or I've got, this is cotton as well. And you basically, you make these soap bags, and you can send them to places. I think there's a place where you can send them and let them donate them, or you can get in contact with your local places. So I'm planning to talk to my friend and kind of tell her about them and see if she wants to, if we want to do that. You make a soap sack according to the dimensions they talk about. They've got all kinds of patterns, knitting and crochet and loom patterns, lots of things. I think they even have sewing, if you wanted to do sewing. And you make them these cotton bags that they can both use as a washcloth or as a thing to carry their soap, and you put in an unwrapped full-size bar of soap in with it to donate, so that they can have soap and they can carry soap around with them, and it comes and they can use it as a washcloth or as a bag. So that is one of the things. I'm going to link Laura's video and the grandma. That's going to bug me. Anyway, Glenda's whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna link videos and a website. So if you want to participate in that, because I'm thinking I might do that. Did I not hear about it in time? I think I heard about it in time, but not in time to get out the cotton yarn, unless I use this cotton. But I looked at it and I'm planning to do it. So with tithing hats, I decided to start on this one. Remember, I got, let me pull out stuff. I got the Sesame Street yarn that has the little heads. I got 2 of the cake skein thingies. It is Lion Brand One Hat Wonder Sesame Street yarn. And it came with 3 patterns, 1 crochet and 1 knit. This is 100% polyester, which is part of the problem, actually. This is Count Font Count is the yarn thing. It's 2.5 ounces of yarn, which is 95 yards. And machine wash, gentle, lay flat to dry. 100% polyester. It's a size 4 yarn weight, and like I said, it came with some patterns. And then plus there's like, actually the pattern is actually on the inside of there. Okay, so I started crocheting one. It's really simple. You just do a single crochet for the first bit, and then you do half double crochets for a bit until you get to another bit where you do something else, which I think may only just be 1 round of decreases or something. I don't know. So I was working on it, and because this one's crochet, it was a double factor of why I only got this far on Sunday. Crocheting, as many of you know, can be very hard on my hands. So I worked as far as I could, but also polyester. I have noticed the last few years that anything that has polyester in it just feels really wrong to me. And that's how this yarn was so mentally confusing because it looks like your everyday acrylic yarn. One would assume, because they're both plastic yarns, that it would feel like acrylic yarn. But for me, it feels very different. And like I said, I have some issues with polyester. The only thing I can figure is that my corn sensitivity is so bad that it's not even liking anything made with, derived from corn, and polyester is derived from corn stuff. So that's the only thing I can figure, because that didn't used to bother me. In fact, I used to like polyester, or some polyester, not the old 70s with that weird edge down the front of the pants. That polyester was wrong. I've had my phone on silent, and apparently it didn't silence the alarm. Anyway, so yeah, so it was both the crocheting and the feel the polyester. So I am going to continue working on it, but it might take me a bit to get through. And since I had 2 of them, let me put this back. I started on the other one with the knitting pattern. And so these are for little kids. So it's pretty small. And again, I worked until my hands were like, no, we don't like this yarn. It's like I said, it's so weird because you would think that it's just like working with acrylic. My daughter can't use acrylic because it makes her break out in hives because she's got acrylate sensitivities or allergies or something. But anyway, yeah, it's just like you start out with a 2x2 ribbing. Okay, so technically the pattern says to do it flat and then seam it. And I was already working on the round when I realized that's what it told me to do. I'm like, oh well. I looked through the pattern and it's totally fine because you pretty much just keep working and then close it up and seam it. So it's not gonna matter. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I've been working on this. And so since I could only work for a little while on those, I did pull out and start another tithing hat with the rest of my evening. So that one I did the 2x2 until I ran out of the blue yarn. Like literally I ran out of this, but I have some more that is pretty much the same color over there. And then I worked a few rows of this, and then I'm gonna start, I'm gonna switch back to blue right after this and keep the green stripes a little bit smaller. Oh, but we'll see because I may have to change colors on that one. But yeah, that's my progress, guys. I think I've either showed you or talked about everything. So let's not talk about my life updates, but let's talk about Mary's. She has her GoFundMe. I will link the GoFundMe. I'm actually probably going to put the GoFundMe link right towards the top so it's easy to find. And then patterns will be further down. She has had some issues with pipes, and I was just looking at her GoFundMe, and she is able to start the work on it, and they're going to work on be able to start with the most critical aspects of what is going on. Apparently there's more water that showed up or something. I don't know. But she could still use some help. So I've seen there are some donations, and we very much appreciate what you have donated to us. She really could use extra help and blessings. She's retired. She lives alone. I know that she has one child, and he's, also trying to live his own life and taking care of his little family. And she just really could use the extra blessing. She's super kind. She's super generous. She's a great person. And I personally don't normally like to share this kind of stuff, but I really feel like she deserves as much as we can help her out. So if you are in a place where you can give $5, $10, $50, $100, whatever, she would appreciate it for sure. And so would I. Okay, so my life updates, not much. I've been doing a lot of inner work, clearing out some really crazy beliefs, like feeling like I'm trash. Yeah, that was a lot. That was crazy. I got to help a friend clear out some energy today, and I'm like, yes, I seriously love coaching people through clearing their energy. It just makes me feel so amazing. But I still have a lot of things to figure out. Like, do I do it as a business? Do I just do it with my friends and family? Do I charge money for it or don't charge money for it? Like, there's so many questions, and I just keep getting bogged down in it. So we'll see how it goes and what happens. Is there anything else to talk about? Just don't know. We're just lifing, you know, lifing. Trying to get some things taken care of. Breathing through and clearing out some anxieties to get some other things taken care of. It's just lifing. Anyway, that's pretty much it. There's not really much to say, not really much to talk about. Life is just boring, but not. It's fun, but it's not the kind of things you're like, oh, well, my daughter and I, we just spent 30 minutes cracking jokes at each other. Anyway, that's it for today. Remember to let your light shine through your creations, whatever they be, whether they be knitting or crocheting or anything. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.